Expand Your Life is a platform designed and curated by me, and it has been curated long back. It's almost 1.5 months now that I've curated this channel, and every week I have someone or the other who joins in the show, and I'm so excited that every week I have someone who comes on my show and who joins the show, and who actually shares about their experiences, their challenges that they face in their lives, okay, and how they make a difference to people's life. Yeah, so this is the time, and this year, I mean, this has been a great experience for me to talk to different kinds of people who have been joining my show and sharing their challenges and their problems, and how they have overcome those challenges and problems during lockdown, without lockdown, all of that they have done, right? So yeah, this week I have a very interesting woman. She has actually broken all shackles from her life, and she has actually made a difference to everybody in their life. Yeah, and as well as her life, right? So I'm going to invite Abina Aher. She is a transgender activist, and she has been doing so many other things. I would give a little background about her, why she's trying to join right now, and what's the problem. There's some technical glitches that she's facing. She is joining now. Yes, Abhinaji. Hi, Abhinaji, how are you?
Hi, Nelly, I'm sorry.
What happened? You've not been able to
Technical glitch,
join. Some
technical glitch. I was
problems.
trying to, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
Abhinaji,
but
I was
glad we
just
are here
talking
now.
to
Thank you so
all the
much, Gargi, for
guests.
inviting. Thank you.
You can hear? Great. So, Abhinaji, I was really talking to everybody about your achievements. I'm going to share a little bit before I start asking you questions. So, you know what, guys? Abhinaji has
Sure.
been someone who has actually broken all shackles. And she has been someone who has actually made a difference to herself, as well as she's made a difference to others in the same community. So I have a lot of respect for people like that. Thank you, Abhinaji, for really taking out your time and coming to my show. And you have no idea, Abhinaji has been in doing so many shows like this, and she has also been part of a lot of channels been talking about her, be it India TV, be it BBC, that everybody's talking about her today. So she is someone I'm privileged to have on my show, and she's going to share about her life, her problems, her challenges, and how she has overcome it. That's the most important aspect, I believe, guys. And Abhinaji, we have so many people joining today in the show, and they are still joining right now. And thank you for coming in the show. And how I'll give you a little background of the show, how it actually goes. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and
Ah,
you can answer as briefly as you want to. And then post
okay.
that, I'm going to do a nice rapid fire round. Okay,
Okay.
and that, yes, and that rapid fire round you have to only answer in one word. Okay, you cannot be answering more than a word.
Okay, I'll try my best.
Okay, done. Done. Okay,
Yep,
and
absolutely.
yeah,
Done.
and by the way, guys, I'm going to also share. I'm going to do a show with Abhinaji next week also. So
Yes.
stay tuned for that too, because it's a continuous process for at least 2 weeks. This is the first week show I'm doing with her. The next week also I'm going to do something with her on the same show, but it'll be a different format. The same format in terms of the different way I'm going to approach. So yeah, so stay tuned for that also. So Abhinaji, I'm going to share a little bit about Abhinaji. So Abina Ayer is a transgender activist who has worked for transgenders empowerment, and she has worked with organizations such as Humsafar Trust, Family Health International, and to top it up, John Hopkins University, my God, for communication programs, and India
Yes.
HIV AIDS Alliances. Abhinaji, I am so happy to have you on my show. And
Thank
and you are someone who is such an inspiration for the community, for the people who are around, and you have broken your shackles, and you have come to a space where you can you are proud of yourself, as well as people who you have got them along, they can also be proud of themselves. And so thank you so much, Abhinaji. So I'm going to ask you a few questions which are a little different this time, of
Thank you.
course. So what does not mean to be a transgender?
So yeah, I mean, thank you, Gargi. And I speak in Hindi and English because I think I will have a lot of audience who will be also joining us from the vernacular perspective. So of course, you asked question right at the beginning, mostly about the community, and I always tell these Gargis that when we talk about our community, when we talk about the transgender people, there are mostly three feelings that people have. Either they have a misery about these people, like, why these people are like that. Either they have a sympathy, oh my God, these poor souls that they have to go through a lot of things. Or either they have a huge amount of mystery about these people. There are a lot of myths and misconceptions that prevail in a society.
Your
I still
network
remember
is a
that
little challenging. I don't know, some problem in the network. Yeah.
can you hear me now? Can you hear me
I
now?
can hear you, but it
Yeah.
can be a little louder. It will be nice.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
it
yeah, I
louder
can.
enough?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, great. So I'm saying is that there's a lot of myths and misconceptions about our community, and a lot of people would feel that these people are nuisance makers. These people are trouble to the society. These people should not be part of a society because we don't fit into the binaries of the world. We are neither male or a female, and there are different kind of a gender that expressions that have. I've had people look at us, they would say that. I mean, she looks like a woman, but she has a little bit
Yes.
manly voice, and like people get confused about it and all those kind of things, and as a result of that, a lot of people who belong to our community, we become subject to misery, we become subject to stigma discrimination, we became subject to a lot of hate crimes, and we became subject to a refusal from the society. We're not been included in a society. So coming back to your question, Gargi, any person who transition from, who's like, for example, who doesn't associate themselves with the sex that they are born with. Like, for example, a child can be born with either male sex or a female sex, right? Female genitalia or male genitalia. And then on the birth from you write male F or M. But there are so many people who are also born as an intersex people who born with the genital deformity. They are called as intersex people. But all the intersex people are not transgender people. So a lot of people have this misconception that people who belong to the transgender or a hijra community, which means that they have some problem with their genitals at the time of birth, which is a wrong notion. It is nothing to do with so the gender doesn't lie in between your two legs. The gender is in your head. So
Yes,
in a very
absolutely.
simple way, there are so many people, Gargi, a lot of people would feel at different ages of their period, and they would feel trapped in a wrong body. So like, for example, for me, I was trapped in a male body. So I'm a woman. My head was like a woman, my heart was like a woman. I always felt like a woman. I wanted to be a woman, but unfortunately, I was born with the wrong body. So the people who transition to connect with their souls and their heart, they are called as a transgender people. So they are transitioning from one sex. So there is something called as a gender assigned at birth. Like, for example, because you are born with certain genitalia, they will call you as a woman. But that's not true. Like, just because I have a vagina, that doesn't mean that I become a woman, right? I chose
Sure.
to be a woman in a society, you know. So, but there are so many people who are born with certain genitalia, they don't connect
It's actually getting stuck a lot of times.
genitalia. So like, for example, I was born with the male body, but at the same time I was identified as a female. But at the same time, there
Right.
could be so many people who will be born with the female body and they would identify themselves as a male. So people who
Right.
transition from male body to the female gender are called as trans women, and people who
Right.
transition from a female body to a male gender, they are called as a trans men. So there are so
Awesome.
many trans men, trans women, and almost 1% of any productive society will
Right.
always be considered as a transgender population in any
Awesome.
society.
The next
Yeah.
question I have for you is, how does someone know they are a transgender?
So this is a self-expression, Gargi. I mean, I can't dictate for you. Like, are you a trans person? I can't say that. because this is your self-expression. What you feel in your heart and what you feel in your mind. There are so many people who come and question me, Gargi, that when would we come to know that you are a trans person? And I said, I don't know. I can't predict for you. It is you who have to decide for yourself, because it's a gender expression. But that's not a temporary gender expression. You would like to live with that gender for rest of your life. So this is not just a temporary
Awesome.
kind of an arrangement, that people have to understand. Yes, yes, Gargi. So that's
Got it.
what people. So it's a self-expression. People
So
have to
it's a
decide
it's
for
an
themselves.
internal expression is what you're saying. It's like how
Yes,
I feel as a man or a woman. If I feel like a man or a woman, so that's my expression of life. Is that what you're saying?
correct. But that's
Okay.
not temporary. So for a trans people, it will be forever in their life.
Okay.
So it is
Okay.
not like, for example,
Okay.
today I feel like a man, tomorrow I feel like a woman. It is always
Okay.
like you feel very strongly about something, and then you want to live with that for rest of your life,
Right.
and then you make
Like every
you then you
time I
make
feel like a woman is when I feel like that, then I am a woman. It's like that. That's what you're saying. So I'm also learning this. So
correct,
it's
correct, correct,
got that.
correct. Like for example, I feel like a woman. I feel for I was I so I whenever I tell people, Gargi, I say that I am a different woman. I am a woman
Right.
without vagina and without womb, but I am as woman
Right.
as you are. You
Right.
don't have to judge my womanhood based on my genitalia.
Absolutely.
Because I imbibe the femininity, I imbibe the womanism, and I when I was born as a woman. So I very interestingly say that, Gargi, I want to say this is that lot
Absolutely.
of
Please.
people, I felt when I was coming, I was coming in terms with my gender expression. Every time I used to feel that I'm a wrong person, like I'm a bad person who's lived in this binary world, and everybody is hating me because they don't want to see me over there. And then I started realizing, no, I am actually a right person with but wrong in born in a wrong society. Because what kind of society I am who's not kind of cherishing the different gender expressions? What kind of a society that are not been able to,
Right.
they want to touch the feet of Lord Nateshwara, who's a half man and a half woman, and they want to take the blessing
Nice.
of that goddess of a dance, but they don't want to include and accept the real, what you say, persona of a trans person. What stops them
Mhm.
from kind of accepting them? But now things are changing, and I'm really glad that there are so many policies and government rules and regulations which are coming up for trans people like that. When I started transitioning 25 years back, this was not the scenario. It has been a very, very difficult
Right.
situation. For a person
I'm
like me,
sure
Gargi, the
that
only
is my
options,
next question, by the way. That is my next question.
yeah,
That, what are the challenges that you have faced, during, taking this transition for yourself and others, and how did you overcome them? So this would really help me to also understand, and also the viewers who are there. So the nothing is impossible actually. If you
yeah,
want to do it,
yeah,
you can definitely do it. Yeah,
yes,
please, we would really
yes,
like to
yes.
know that.
Thank you, Gargi. I think that's a very valid question. Multifaceted. One was that I was raised by a single mother. So, more than me handling the trauma, she was handling the trauma more, because having a child. So, you can understand,
Yeah.
parents who have transgender children, they face more stigma before a trans child face the stigma. कि आपने कैसा बच्चा पैदा करा,
Hmm.
आपने कोई जरूर पाप किए होंगे, you have done some misery in their life, that's the reason why you are victim to this. Yes, that's what happens. And as a result of that, then parents start torturing to the child, because they cannot take their child to be, they feel that they have failed as parents to raise a normal child, normal in our world who fits into the binaries. So first of all, for me, the situation was that I was raised by a single mother. My father passed away when I was 3 years of age. I was extremely feminine. So I was extremely, what they call it as pansy. So I was very skinny. I used to use a lot of hand movement. I used to behave like a girl. I used to walk like a girl. I used to talk like a girl. So there has been a lot of issues in my adulthood, especially because many times ऐसा होता है ना कि जब लड़की बड़ी हो जाती है तो बाजू वालों को पहले पता चलता है अपने घर वालों से पहले.
हाँ.
उसी तरीके से the transgender person, if that person is there in the family will accept it as a normal thing, but the society will start pinpointing on that person, saying that is कि अरे ये कैसा बच्चा है. So my neighbors used to come and tell my mother कि you know the child doesn't have a father. No, that's why this child is behaving like that, because your husband died early, no, or you are not raising, you are doing a job, so you are not been able to raise the child properly. That's the reason why the child is behaving like that. The child is missing the father figure. So whatever things that could come, that trauma used to come to my mother, and I've seen ample amount of time my mother crying alone. So when my mother used to take me to the even marketing, you know, that time people used to throw pebbles at me, and it was so traumatizing experience for me, because the fact remains is that I used to feel extremely ashamed. I used to feel extremely ashamed going with my mother to the marriage ceremony of our families, because they used to say, क्यों आपका लड़का ऐसा है, इतने बाल लंबे क्यों पड़े किए हैं करके, बाल क्यों नहीं काटता आपका लड़का. तो my mother used to say that नहीं उसको अच्छा लगता है, this person likes that, sir. But then what she can do, because she was not been able to explain what the problem that I was facing. In my school days also, Gargi, there has been a lot of traumatizing experience. I was a very alone child. People like me, when they are into the school, now, there are maximum percentage of transgender people drop out from the school, because there is no support system. There is no protection against this child. I was part of the hate crime, and I had to face a torture. There are several instances when I was you know, brutally you know, kind of manhandled. I was beaten. I was abused. I was being refrained from doing my nature's call in the public toilet. So there has been a very traumatizing experience, and I can understand that the child like us, the children like us, you know, why would they leave their education halfway? Of course, because the teachers are not sensitive. There aren't any educational policies. We always hide our sex and sexuality under our blanket. We don't talk about it. है ना, पेरेंट्स भी कहाँ बात करते हैं अपने बच्चों से. When the maximum discussion that a mother can have with her daughter is that बेटा आप शादी करके जा रहे हो, ऐसा ऐसा हो सकता है आपके साथ, या आपका पीरियड आने वाला है. That's the maximum education. Lot of men even doesn't know vagina, you know, when they actually get married, and you know that is the fact of this life. Absolutely. That we hide, we don't discuss the important things. So when are we going to discuss about transgenderism? No? I remember when I saw the transgender for the first time, Hijra, it was begging on the stick. She was clapping like that, and she was begging. And I told my mother I want to go and talk to her, and my mother said that don't go to her because you are already effeminate. They will take you away. That's the education my mother gave me, but I don't blame her, because that's the education her mother gave to her.
Exactly.
You know,
and it is quite a thing for her, because she did not know how to handle it. I mean, yeah, exactly. So for her it is like that.
Exactly. And I come from a dinosaur age where, you know, like we did not have cell phones. You know, yeah, that's true. You know, the tar and everything was real in my age. When I talk about, we had desk phones. I couldn't have imagined that I can do interview like this, what I'm doing right now. You know, 25 years back. So it has been, computer came in front of us, all those things. So the access to the education and information was very limited. Gargi, I'm thankful that you are doing this. I'm thankful Expand Your Life is doing this, because somewhere some Abhina who is 6 years, 7 years, 12 years, 15 years must be watching this. And she will feel inspired. He will feel inspired. Saying that is, oh, I am not alone. I'm not alone. There is somebody, because I used to feel that I am a freak show. You know, I used to feel that I am Vichitra. I'm unnatural. I don't have right to live in this society. So when people used to discriminate me, I used to tell myself that अच्छा है, मेरे जैसे इंसान के साथ ऐसे ही होना चाहिए. मैं मर जाऊँ ना अच्छा है. If I die, then it is fine. I don't deserve to live in this society. This world doesn't belong to me. And so the fact remains is somehow I managed to complete my 10th. In college days, I had a major issue because nobody was providing support to me. Nobody was sitting next to my bench. Nobody was sharing notes with me. Nobody was being able to kind of give, very important comfort and friendship that is required. Because they used to feel weird to associate with me, because then if somebody is associate with me, that person also used to get trolled as homo.
Oh, okay.
All sorts of names they used to give me. Bailya, Chakka, Ijda, Mamu, Double Paratha, Roti. And these are normal names that people use very, very loosely. But they don't understand what trauma that can cause to the person who is actually living that life. And that has been a very traumatizing experience. I have been subject to an acute mental health exclusion, because at some point of time I was alone, I was in my shell, I was not talking to anybody, I was not sharing these issues with my mother, because I used to feel that she would feel traumatized about this entire
Right.
perspective. So
Right.
I was holding it that to myself. But my mother could see that I'm going through some kind of a problem. So she took me to a psychiatrist in Bandra
Hmm.
Bhabha Hospital. I used to live in Mumbai at that point of time. And they just recommended me a simple paracetamol and said that whenever this person feels like that, let that person sleep into a dark room. And there was no treatment, there was no sensitivity about what issue that person, there was no discussion about gender incongruence or something like that, which came to that point. After that also, when I was kind of becoming more, I became adolescence, and I started expressing my love towards other boys, because I used to feel myself as a woman, and I wanted to have my there was a dream that I will get married, I will have my own husband, I will adopt the children, all sorts of dreams that, of course, were there. But of course, you did not had enough sensitive lovers who to understand the trauma and the tragedy that you are going through. But on top of
Right.
them, lot of them would have sexual intercourse with me just because they want to release their sexual energy. And then they were
Hmm.
disassociating with me. They were not talking to me in public. They were not even, there used to be a lot of force raped on me without my consent. That so I was not, so if I like somebody, that doesn't mean that I have said yes for a sexual encounter,
Mm-hmm.
right? But that person used to take that as an advantage. If you are here in the room, what are we supposed to do? I'm not going to love you like a girl.
Mm-hmm.
You are here, so let me just finish this act and let just me move on. So there's been a lot of disrespect in a sexual
Right.
relationship, in a love relationship. People used to never respect the feeling. I used to spend a lot of money on my lovers, and they never used to treat well with
Reciprocate.
me,
Yeah.
because it was always, like, for example, transactional. The love was always transactional. So
Got
over
that.
the period of time, my faith in the love also died. Then I was going through a huge amount of trouble, because I used to feel that I'm the only one like this. Nobody else is there. Whom do I talk to? This loneliness. A lot of people feel that, and
Yeah.
then I started, and then the only feeling that I had, Gargi, was that let me just get out of this country. Let me just complete my education. I will take my mother and I will go to abroad, because at that point
Yeah.
of time the only perception was
Yes.
that America में सब चलता है.
हाँ, वहाँ पे कुछ
अमेरिका में सब
प्रॉब्लम नहीं
चलता है.
होगा.
हाँ, अमेरिका में. It's only when I started going there, I started realizing the amount of torture the trans
सब
people over
जगह पे
there
यही
face.
सेम प्रॉब्लम है.
I know, but so my myth got busted, saying that is education doesn't teach people humanity.
Right.
Education don't teach that. You have to have a sense of a mind. You have to
True.
have a heart at the right place to accept a person. If you don't want to be judged, why would you judge another person? But a lot of people would not understand that. They would say that, oh, I am perfect, but this person is wrong. And the similar things was also having problematic for me. I started working, but at the workplace also there was a workplace harassment, Gargi.
Mm-hmm.
People were expecting sexual advances. I used to teach computers, so the children
Okay.
were disrespectful to me, saying that is, "Arey, hamara, we have a homo teacher." Like that, they used to write on the board or something like that. There was no respect. I was not going and doing anything over there that would show that I'm a trans person or LGBT person or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
at that point of time, They could only see from the gesture is that this is the wrong person. And then
Right.
fortunately, I came across Humsafar Trust, Gargi. But there also,
Mm-hmm.
they gave me more information and education about myself, about LGBTI community. That was the first time I realized that I'm not alone. There's a big community
Nice.
like me. I started counseling people like me. I learned counseling. I did a post graduation course in NGO management from SIS. That point of time, so education enlightened me. Education gave me
Right.
the power. Education
Absolutely.
gave me the power to speak to people. And there has been also a lot of other instances, Gargi, in the life. Like for example, once I transition as a trans person also, there are several situations which I faced. Like for example, in the public transport, people used to change their seat. They never used to feel comfortable sitting next to me, whether I'm traveling in the plane or a train or wherever I'm going. And I used to see that, what have I done? Like where this hatred comes for me? Like, what have I done? I've not even touched you, man. I've not even looked at you. I don't care about who's sitting next to me. But why would you feel afraid of sitting next to a human being? A human being. Why would you judge me from the perspective of genitals? Why would you judge me from the perspective of sexual preferences or sexual gender identification? Why would you do that?
True.
You
See,
know,
I
like,
think you know what? I think it is because our society is also built like that. So we are not. Society is not used to something which is other than something which is straight jacketed, right? It's something like a straight jacketed. It's
yeah,
male,
yeah, yeah.
female. So somebody who is not a male or a female or a transgender is something people don't get it. So, but things have changed now. People are changing. People are accepting things, and that is the best part. And it will obviously make a lot of difference in later times, and that's the best part about it. But I mean, it takes a lot of courage, as I was sharing with you, to come out of this and share your life, and not only make a difference to yourself, you also making a difference to others. That's the
Yes,
best part. You've actually
yes,
taken on that entire community and saying that now I'm going to make a difference to them as much as I'm making a difference to myself. So that's
yes.
the best part, Abhinaji. So I'm going to ask you this question. What does your organization do, and how do you make a difference to the community?
Thank you. Please call me Abhina. So exactly as you said, when I realized my problem, Gargiji, so I realized that, oh my God, that means there are so many other Abhinas who need support. I face this torture. I face this trauma. I don't want another Ravina to face this trauma. And I established an organization which is called as a Tweet Foundation, which is a Transgender
Right.
Welfare, Equity and Empowerment Trust. And this organization is the first organization of India which has trans men and trans women sitting in harmony in the board. Before that,
Nice.
there was a tussle between trans women and trans men because trans men are invisible. What you see on the signals and everywhere is the Hijra people, trans women, people like me. But imagine a people who are transitioning from female to male. In the patriarchal society, they face the maximum amount of stigma. They face the maximum amount of torture, and they are discriminated within the discriminated community. So they're discriminated within the transgender community itself. So when I realized that 5 years back, and I realized that there are very few people who are working for this, the trans men don't have their own empowerment, their agenda is been sidelined by other trans women. So I thought, no, as a trans woman, I have to come forward and I have to put that foot and say that, listen, everybody sits in harmony. Everybody has to work together. Then when we formed the organization, Gargi, we realized that we decided that there was a lot of money on HIV/AIDS. So there was work which was
Nice.
happening on HIV/AIDS because a lot of trans women was dying because of HIV infections, AIDS infections.
Yes.
But I realized that there is so many other areas which have been neglected completely. Nobody was working on those areas. Those areas was education, because I thought that is education gave me the power. Education gave me the power. Imagine if I
Abs-
wouldn't have an education, I would have been still begging on that signal. I would have been
yes.
still coming to your house, clapping like this and asking for badai. That's a
Right.
true sense, because
True.
education gave me an opportunity to get employed. Education gave me an opportunity to start my own education organization. So
Right.
education was a very critical aspect. then employment and skill building. Because financial independence is a very important aspect, Gargi. A lot of transgender people are living in a misery because they are stuck in a poverty. They are stuck in a vicious cycle of a poverty. To come
Right.
out of that vicious cycle of poverty, they need to have jobs. They need to have skills to prove themselves. There are a lot of trans people who can dance well, who can sketch well, who can do mehndi well, makeup do, but they don't have employment. They don't have the mainstream employment because lot of employers are scared of hiring trans people. They feel that that will affect their business. But WHO has come up with the study that if you hire a trans LGBT people, your business will bloom. And if you don't hire LGBT people, you will have a loss of pink money, and as a result of that, you will also have a huge amount of losses to your business. So we are right now working on employment. We are employing people, transgender people, but at the same time, we are also doing skill building program. We have run the other thing that we have found out is that there is a dire requirement for a shelter home. So we established first ever transgender shelter home in Delhi, especially during COVID time. January, February, we formed that, yeah, and during the COVID time, 25 trans men were supported for food, shelter. They were coming from all across the India. Some was coming from Odisha, some was coming from Kerala, some was coming outside the country, and we provided them shelter home because they were tortured by their own family members. Lot of trans men get raped by their own cousin brothers because they still have a female genitalia in their body. They've been
Right.
forced, they've been forcefully get married to a cis man by saying that इस तू आदमी नहीं है तू औरत है और तेरा औरतपना हम तुझे प्रूव करके दिखाएंगे. That kind of a gender based violence. So we established shelter home. Then we've been working lot of things on educational funding. So we provide a scholarship to a needy trans person, trans woman or a trans man who wants to pursue the education further. We gave them a very small token amount of 5,000 rupees a month where they can complete their education in the 6 months or 7 months period of time. So support for the educational purpose is something that we've been doing. We've been working on the policy. We were part of the NASA judgment discussions. We were part of the government policies that has come across. We are right now working to be part of the welfare boards and also doing lot of the other work that we've been doing is the research because everybody comes and asks us, Gargi, where is the evidence?
Correct.
If I ask you or if I ask our audience that how many people are there in India who are transgender people, very few people will know about it
Yes.
because it
It
doesn't
is,
bother to them.
and also it is also about people are scared. People are skeptical to talk about that whether they are transgender or a gay or a lesbian because they would not like to talk about it. For them, it is a taboo, and it is better that I live in that taboo and live rest of my life in that, and I die with that also. Nobody will get to
Absolutely.
know, but that's not the life you would definitely like to live. Who you are is who
Yeah,
you are. That's about it, and I really
absolutely.
respect that about you. So you've taken that on, and it takes a lot courage to do that. You know. So it's a great
Yeah,
aspect that you had taken on, and you're doing it, and you are making a difference to a lot of people. So today there are a lot of people who've joined the page. I don't know how many of them are transgender. Somebody can be a lesbian, somebody could be a gay, which is fine. They can just be who they are, just be them.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think we have to create spaces for ourselves. I don't think so that people are going to give us the red carpet treatment that oh please come, you
Yes,
are LGBT person and we accept you. No, you
correct.
have to push the boundary. You have to open the door, put
Exactly,
your foot inside,
exactly,
and say that
exactly.
listen, we are LGBT people, and we don't mean any harm to you. And the least thing that we can expect you is an acceptance. Uh,
True.
uh, and the least thing that we can expect from you is an opportunity, nothing else, because we are
It's
already
just that
intelligent people.
your orientation would be different than the other one. That's about it. There's nothing else. You walk
Correct,
the same. You
absolutely.
you are friendly. You think maybe as a transgender you think like a woman. That's about it. So what is the difference? There's
Absolutely.
not much of a difference as who
Yeah,
you are as a
absolutely.
person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Gargin, a lot of people, when I talk to a lot of HR people for trans employment, they would say that, oh, but we have other people who work with our company, and what if these trans people make sexual advances at them? And I said, what if they make sexual advances to these trans people? You know, come on. I mean, what are you talking about? Like, don't presume things that they are also they are also professionals like you people. If you give them an opportunity, they could be they will be as normal as you could be. There are so many initiatives that we have started. Gargi, I would like to talk about those
Sure.
initiatives when you talk about work. So with Anam Prem, which is based in Mumbai, across India, we have been doing this program called as Transgender Acceptance Week. So every year we actually, with the help of Anam Prem, of course, Anam Prem is a leader organization in this. They actually send trans people to the mainstream society homes. So, like for example, your home, we will send you a trans person. You have to spend a day with that trans person. You can
Nice.
cook for that person, spend some time, chit chat, and then the next day you go to their house. You go to their house and see where they are staying and which condition they are staying. The third day, I am guaranteed that your perspective about trans community is going to change, because you would think in your mind that what, why would any person have to go through that kind of a suffering? Why would any person would be compromised for a filtered water?
Yeah.
Why would any person would be compromised for a shelter just because that person has decided to be identified in a different gender? Why would that? And then we
True.
have been seeing a lot of support. Then we are also doing the similar kind of webinars. Thank you so much for this. I'm sure this is expanding to our life. What we are talking right
Okay.
now, I'm sure this is expanding to our mind. But we've been doing a lot of webinars like that on various aspects of transgender people with organization called as In Harmony. We have been doing a lot of leadership and legal and social leadership workshop for trans men and trans women with help of a lot of legal intellectuals peoples. We have been providing helpline through mental health. So there's a lot of work which is happening, to be honestly,
Nice.
Gargi. But the overall objective of this entire thing is that we lead the community towards a perspective where they would not require any organization. They
Awesome.
can take care of themselves. Like, why would they trans people in future require organization? Because then they will be
This
empowered. They will do
right.
their own work. But right now that situation is not there. That's
So
why
that
this
is being
organization is
started
working.
by you, and or you have any other partner along with
Yes,
you, or you're the
I
only
have,
person?
yes. Yes, so we have almost we have 7 board members who are sitting across India.
Okay.
So we have 2 co-chair, one trans woman and trans man. A trans woman
Okay.
her name is Soumya Gupta. She is based in Delhi, and she has experience of more than 2 decades of working in social sector. Then we have a trans man called as Shaman Gupta, who's based in Bangalore, and he also has a experience in education industry. There is a trans woman and other people, from Bangalore, from Delhi, from Mumbai, and various parts of country who are part of this board
Nice.
member. Besides that, we have a community advisory board, which means that we have a people who are from trans men and trans women community who provide technical monitoring to our work. We go and we present to them that this is what we've been doing. Are we doing right? Do you think we are
Nice.
doing right? Do you think anything that needs to be changed, anything that needs to be corrected, that we ask to them? We are associated with various Ministry of Health, Ministry of Social Welfare. We are associated with UNAIDS. We are associated with various other organizations in the past also and future also, for collecting our agenda, because we don't believe in replicating the work. We always fill the gap. So if you are doing something like, for example, you are right now doing trans awareness, we would jump on supplementing the work of Expand Your Life, and we will complement that work.
Great. Okay, also tell me one thing, Abhinaji. How do you, of course, you're already shared right now, but how do you think the society now, how it was then was very different. How do you think the society now interacts with a transgender or a gay or a bisexual or a lesbian? What's your view on that?
So, so good thing happened is that I never believed that Section 377, which was imposed by Britishers in 1867, will ever go. Actually, Section 377 IPC was a law which was enforced by the Britishers of India, and they in Britain that law has gone, but India was still imbibing that because of our religious leaders or whatever you can, Hippocratic mindset people and all those kind of things, which is finally scrapped after
Yeah.
10 years of work. We have also got a transgenders NALSA judgment and now transgender law. In fact, in 2019, the first trans person got Padma Shri. Padma Shri, the highest civilian award. Nartaki Nataraj. A lot of people may not be knowing about it. There are transgender people who are heading the colleges as a principals.
Absolutely.
There are lawyers transgender. There are doctor transgenders. Everywhere there are transgender people, and they are opening up the work that we've been doing. So I think there are things that has been changed in last 10 years positively, Gargi. Not that people accepted us as what we are, but we chose to be on the platforms where we can create a difference, nationally and internationally. So a lot of people, like I'm saying, is people getting Padma Shri awards or becoming doctor or a lawyer, ultimately gain a lot of respect and acceptance
Right.
from a society. And there have been a lot of people who have been also doing working in mainstream corporate sector and other sectors. But what I'm trying to say that whether we need to ask this question to ourselves, does policy change mindset of people? And the answer would be, I don't know. Because, to change the mindset, you need to have a self-reflection. You need to have an introspection within your heart. Is that, are you doing
Right.
the right thing? You can be educated, but you can still discriminate another person, right?
Absolutely.
Education is not going to change your perspective. Similar way,
Absolutely.
policies are not going to change the acceptance toward the society. But more and more LGBT are being accepted right now. There are a lot of companies who are having diversity and inclusion agenda, DNI, and bigger companies like Google, other companies who are, kind of hiring LGBTI people. There are HR policies which are specific towards the LGBTI people, friendly policies. There have been anti-discrimination cells been set up towards LGBT people. So you see definitely a development, but it's a long, long
Awesome.
way because the fact
It
remains is
is,
that,
it will. But still, I think there's a lot of development. People are
yeah,
accepting
yeah,
it. And
absolutely.
also, a lot of people are coming out of the closet. That's more
Yes,
important. People are
yes, yes.
saying that, well, I'm a transgender, as I said, I am a lesbian or I'm a gay. That is like
Yeah,
really coming out in a big
yeah,
time. And that is a great
yeah,
thing. And
yeah, yeah.
that shows that how we are progressing as a world, you know not as a country only, as a
Absolutely,
world, how
absolutely,
we are progressing. That shows.
absolutely,
So yeah, so
absolutely.
that's great. Okay, so now we're going to do some fun. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll ask you a few questions, and so then I would really like you to answer in one word. Okay.
One word,
One word.
yes, one word,
Okay.
absolutely one word.
So what is one thing to living a balanced life which you think is balance? Okay, balance is very subjective. Okay.
What is the one word? Happy?
Happy?
Yeah, I think,
Great.
yeah, happy,
What is
absolutely.
one
Balanced life
thing,
is happy.
perfect. What is one thing you would do to do a way to lead a balanced life?
Rebel. I think rebel, yes. Rebel.
Yes.
I like to
Good.
rebel. I like to be rebellious. Yeah,
Rebel, and of course, and that's what you did. Okay.
absolutely.
I'm going to ask you a few lines. You have to just tell me what does it mean to you in your head. Uh, when I ask you the following, religion.
Equality. Equality. I think religion is faith, religion is equality for me. I think I
Okay.
accept all the religions,
Okay.
and I cherish all the religion. I think I take positive part about the religion, about humanity, about recently. So by birth I'm Hindu, but I also follow all the Islam culture. I also go to churches. I also follow Buddhism. So for me, religion is your spirit. It is something which is pure and it is there inside you. You don't have to hunt it outside.
Got it. Great. Marriage.
So marriage is for me.
Marriage.
Yeah, marriage for me is it's faith,
Faith.
uh, faith, faith.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Vishwas,
Okay.
Vishwas,
Okay, got it.
Vishwas.
I don't know
Yeah,
how many
I
people are there
think.
who are married who's going to kill me for this. Okay.
Yeah.
Transgender.
Oh, transgender is for me. Transgender is greatest soul. I just feel that is people who transgender. After taking so much of negativity in their lives,
Yes,
if a soul can still give a positivity to the other people, what more you could ask for? I think we are. I'm not saying we are holier than thou, but I'm sure we. I think we are more. What do they call this as absorbed people? And despite of absorbing all negativity, we still
right.
smile. We still smile with our hearts out, saying that is always a hope.
Competition.
Oh, I love competition. I'm a very competitive
Okay.
person. Yeah, for me, competition is all about excelling yourself, not to be judging yourself with other person, but trying your own limits by saying that is whatever I do, I have to be perfect. I'm Virgo
Nice.
by nature, so I can't do anything
Money.
about it.
Money.
Money is important, but money is important so money is not for me materialistic. Money is something which is survival. For me, I need to have money to support people. So, like for example, whatever I earn now, also Gargi, I have. So for 40% of that, whatever I earn, I invest that for other trans people's development.
Nice.
So I'm right now supporting
Absolutely.
other a trans woman at my home. She's recently been employed as a employee of Metro Noida. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy. I'm happy to support community. I've been also providing a lot of support to. So I've raised a child. I've raised a state child. He's right now in Mumbai. Years of age. But yeah, I for me, money is something that can support to other person. That's more important.
Great.
You like.
Love.
Everything. I just feel love is very important. That love should not be associated with your lover as a human being, but I love my dogs. I have 6 dogs at my home.
Oh,
They gave me unconditional love. Right now, with the grace of God, their tummies are filled and they are sleeping. Otherwise, this interview wouldn't have been possible. But for me, love is everything. Love is breathing. Just take a breathe and just feel that how love is with your own body. Of what you are and how you won't like to. A lot of people don't love themselves. They love so much. I've seen so many women. They work hard and they come home and then they have to cook for their family and they don't even take
yeah.
first. Yeah. And I would say, why would you do that? I mean, love yourself first. I don't think so. When you die, nobody is going to remember you for even 10 seconds. Just make sure that you love yourself the most. That doesn't mean that you
Absolutely.
become very
So true.
self-centered and selfish, but you love yourself to a level where the other person can love you as well.
Absolutely. Okay, so another question. When you dance, how do you look like?
Oh, I don't know, but I just imagine myself like, I have a very wide smile. For a dancer, you should not have so much of a wide smile. Because, when you are expressing and gender, because they take a photograph and the photograph really comes bad. Because all the time your mouth is open and you do some
No.
sort of expression. Yeah, but when I'm dancing, I think I'm in another world altogether. I'm a very pretty woman I don't know, I'm in a trance. I think I'm more connected. This is like how do I say? It's like a puja to my God. So where I'm
Awesome. Amazing. What is the first thing you notice?
in a different zone.
Sorry, you were saying something. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm
My
saying is
next
that
question.
I'm just when I'm dancing, I'm like in a different stance. Yeah, go ahead.
Uh-huh.
So I'm in a different world altogether. I think this is like a trance for me. This is like a what you call it as yoga. Maybe I don't know. You are
Yeah.
in a different mind space.
Mhm.
You're not in here. Yeah,
Nice. Okay, the next question. What is the first thing you notice about someone when you first meet the person?
heart. How respect. So how much that person gives the respect to you onto the other
So
person. So
how
I'm
do you
very
how do you
watchful about that.
experience the person in one word?
Yeah, I would just say, like for example, how warm that person, so the warmth, maybe a person's warmth tells me what that person characteristic is, rather than actually like if you meet anybody, sometimes you constantly click with that person, and sometimes
Yes.
anything can happen and you still can't connect with that person. Like for you, Gargi, when I started talking to you, I just thought that I knew you for a longer period of time. I just felt that you are my lost sister from some other world, and you come to.
Oh.
So there's some connection that has to happen
Yes,
within
I
the
understand,
people. I
and
just
that's
feel it.
it. Also happens with me, by the way. When I meet someone, I get a vibe, and that vibe, I just it either I instantly connect with the person or I don't connect with the person. So it's just
Yeah,
that I get that vibe, and I really get a vibe. So I know that I'm now connected with this person. So it does
great.
happen, and I understand what you're
Yeah,
saying completely.
absolutely.
Great.
Yeah.
What is your favorite song?
Well, right now it's a very peppy song that I'm listening right now. Very new song, Mirchi Mirchi, and it is stuck in my head. Some pop song, I don't know what, but yeah, I mean, I like soft music. I love very soulful music. Can I sing like one line of that song? Maybe I'll
Yeah,
just
yeah,
sing out
please.
now. Hmm, सांसों की ना प्रेम की पथ पर चलते चलते हो गई मैं बदनाम सांसों की माला से सिवरू में पी का नाम.
Nice. Awesome. Awesome. See, I asked you the
Thank
right
you.
question. What is your best childhood memory?
Oh, I think my childhood best memory is spending time with my mother. They're always so special because she's everything for me. And I think the more I spend time with her, the more I feel very positive about myself. Yeah, so that has been
Nice.
a very special memory.
What is your worst childhood memory?
Yeah, I remember that when I was actually tortured and brutally. So I became part of a subject to hate crime, and that had a huge impact on my life. A bunch of boys actually took me to some secluded place, and they torn apart my all clothes, and they tried to put a foot roller inside my anus, and they were abusing me, and they tarnish all my clothes, and I was humiliated big time in a school. So yeah, that's a very torturous memory that I have not been. I've still not been able to get out. Whenever I have that visuals in my head, it's very torturous for me. Like if
Got
I
it.
could get these people now, I probably will kill them. I don't know, but yeah, that's a
Yeah,
very
but that's
torturous
okay.
memory that
I think those are the things that has taught you to be in a
yeah,
space where you are today. So I think, and you've taken it in a way, and you've taken it in a
yeah,
stride, so that you are making a difference to others, and you're made a difference to yourself. So yeah, great.
absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah,
so one little last question to you. Uh,
yeah.
what is the advice that you would like to give to others who are there on the show right now? And what do you want them to take back with them from the show?
Yeah, I think I think advice will be too big thing for me to somebody say. I think I'm not that great person, but I would say just word of wisdom. What you can say, what I've learned from my life, I can just share with them. I would like to say to you that, or I would just like to say to people who belong to community is that don't hide yourself. It doesn't help you anymore. You have the best of the situation right now. Your policies are with you for LGBT, for transgenders, everybody. Just come out, and I know that what you're feeling, and sometimes all of you would say that what would your parents are not been able to understand and all those kind of things. Just give them some time because you have taken so much of time for understanding yourself as a LGBT person. Give some time to your parents also to accept you what they want to say, and then you show them what you are capable of rather than just just putting write your LGBT status in front of them and say that this is what and nothing else is there. So yes, you are LGBT person, but you are much more beyond that, right? Just shine hard with that. I just feel an LGBT is just part of your life. That's what you have to deal with
Right.
it. And for the other people for who belong to mainstream society, I just want to say that is it's a high time that you get aware about these issues.
Yes.
I'm not telling you to accept
True.
because that's I can't just say and you can't accept. But imagine there could be somebody in your house in future. Somebody, your child could be coming from the LGBT community. And if you're not prepared and if you're not aware, it will be very difficult and torturous for that life. We still have 44% of suicidal rate among LGBT people. So you can understand, you would not like to lose your child because that person belongs to LGBT community, right? That is still your
Right.
child, and that is still your blood and sweat, and that is still your flesh. So cherish cherish what is. So don't say it is a vikruti evam prakruti. Whatever there in the prakruti is prakruti. It's as natural as you are. So if you can accept
Awesome.
Hrithik Roshan with 6 fingers, you look all his pictures, you can also accept somebody who with a different gender expressions or sexuality expression. I don't think so. You should have any judgments about that person. Yeah,
Awesome.
get
Awesome.
educated.
Thank you.
Just get a life. Yeah.
Thank you, Abhinaji. We still have
Thank
another
you.
week to
Thank
go
you.
with you. Next
I
week, I will
know.
have
I know.
again
Oh,
Abhinaji back on the
yes.
show for
Yes.
something very interesting where we will have
Very
some
interesting.
live also will happen. So I'm not going to
Yes.
share much now to the
No.
guest.
No.
So next week will be a lot of fun. Guys, stay tuned
Excellent.
for another
Absolutely.
Expand Your Life show with again with Abhinaji and something which is interesting that we're going to showcase. And I'm going to now sign off. Thank you so much, Abhinaji. Thank
Thank
you,
you, Gargi. Thank
everybody,
you so
for
much.
a
Thank
lovely,
you.
lovely time. Thank you, dear. Bye. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye. Bye.
Peace.
See ya.
And be
Peace.
safe. All of you, be safe.
Yep.
Abhinaji also, be safe. Yeah. Okay. Wear mask when you're going
Okay.
out.
Bye.
So be
Thank
safe.
you. Thank you.
Maintain social distancing. And that's what you need to work on. Thank you, guys. Bye bye. Take care. Ciao.